Good morning. So another pivotal moment for me in terms of, let's go Juno, come on. Let's go buddy. Another pivotal moment for me in my life was, I was a teenager. I was probably 16, 17 years old. And throughout my whole year in high school, I was thinking later, I'm gonna get myself together this summer. And I was going up to Maine to work at a summer camp that my cousin owned. And me and my friend Jamie were going to be holding the most prestigious job of a 16-year-old at that camp, which was the 2 dishwashers, which was actually an amazing job. We had so much freedom, and we had the opportunity to enjoy all the benefits of the camp, play in the sports teams, but also had a tremendous amount of freedom. So on the way up with Jamie, I was a little bit depressed that year in high school. And kept saying later, I'm going to try to get myself together, figure things out about life a little bit. So I'm on this bus going up to Maine, and Jamie says, hey, have you ever heard of this book, Be Here Now? My sister lent it to me. I'm like, no, I never heard of it. It's a book by Ram Dass. Many of you might have heard about it. And so, you know, he started telling me this amazing book about consciousness and spirituality, yoga, and let's go over this way. Come on, let's go this way. So anyway, I'm thinking about later, and Jamie gives me this book, this really interesting blue book with all kinds of far out pictures on brown pages. Let's go, Juno, come on. And so I just randomly open up the pages. I randomly open up the book. I'm thinking, this is going to be interesting. I mean, I've been asking about some kind of pathway into a higher state of consciousness. I knew it existed due to some other experiences I'd had. And I open up the page randomly, and in big black letters on this brown page with all kinds of far out pictures, it says, later never exists. And the only moment, the only reality is right now. And I mean, we've all heard these words maybe millions of times in our life, but that was a moment for me. It was like an electric jolt went through me. And I immediately realized that my whole consciousness for that whole year had been later. Never giving myself, well, not having the understanding that how important the present moment is. And let's go. Come on. He's going to go see his best friend now. Never realizing the importance of that. And it was like an electric jolt. And instantly, something shifted inside of me. I got how important the moment was and being present for what's happening right now. And years later, I discovered that's not the final destination, but my goodness, it is so essential. And that whole summer with Jamie, we studied Be Here Now. We read the books by Carlos Castaneda about giving up self-importance, being in our power. And it was just a very, very powerful, deep summer. And we meditated that whole summer. And here we are, 2 high school kids. We meditated every day, and we were committed to not getting into our story. And the byproduct of that, I noticed that I was, we played baseball and soccer, and we did all kinds of stuff. I noticed that everything was better. I was more fluid, I was more capable, I was more subtle, I was more present in my conversations, I was more present in all my dealings. Like I said, I was a better athlete. I could hit better, I could run better, I could play soccer better, I could do everything better, I could communicate better, only because of being fully committed to the moment. It was such a blessing. And then from that point, after many years, I discovered the benefits of other forms of meditation and spiritual practices. So we'll talk more about that later.